Hello and welcome to the Lotus SMP. So last episode we finally got the final wolf variant that we needed, which was the snowy wolf right behind us. And so to start out this episode, I went and named all of the wolves. So I asked you guys in the very first episode of Lotus to give me some name suggestions for the wolves related to the deep dark, ancient cities, mysterious, anything like that. And basically I only received one name suggestion, so I had to go and name the dogs myself. And I think I did a pretty good job at naming them. So starting off strong, we have Warden, which was the name suggested by Cobb. So, you know, Warden related to the mob, obviously. So this is the only one that wasn't named by me. So all of the rest of the dogs are in theme with Deep Dark, just like Warden. So we have Skulk, Shrieker, Silenced, Catalyst, Echo Shard, Swift Sneak, Ancient City, and last but not least, Y level -51. So those are the names of our wolves now. Hope you guys like all of the names. I think I did a pretty good job at naming them, if I do say so myself. But now all of the wolves are named. Now in theme with collecting things, just like I managed to get all the different wolf types, is I have finally managed to get every single panda. So we have the worried one, which has a really cute face. It's all worried, it gets scared during thunderstorms. Obviously we have the brown panda. We have the playful panda right there. As you can see, they are just spinning and having fun. We have the normal panda, we have the weak panda, we have the aggressive panda, and we have the lazy panda. So now at some point we can go and make them a little sanctuary over in the bamboo jungle right beside our base. But for today's episode, we are going to be traveling over to the shopping district Mushroom Island, as we are going to be taking on a pretty big project, and my biggest project of the season, so far at least. So as you can see right there, there is a pretty big box outlined. It is just outside of the shopping district because what we are going to be building today is not a shop. As you can see, I went and I have collected a ton of materials for this build, coming somewhat soon, which somewhat soon is today. So I am not going to be telling you guys what we are building until we finish building it. You'll probably be able to know what it is from the title of this video, but as of now, just pretend like you don't know what we're building. So this build is going to be a pretty big build. So we're going to go and get started on building it. That way we have enough time to finish it. So let's get started on this big project. And now we have our building. So welcome to the building of what is eventually going to be the Mob Head Museum. I've officially decided that we are making a museum to collect every single mob head possible. A few of you may remember in season 1, I collected a ton of mob heads as well as every mini block that you could, and I had a big room in my mega base just full of mob heads and mini blocks. Season 2, I didn't really collect mob heads or mini blocks, but I did have a small little mob head room in my mega base. And for season 3, I've decided to bring back the collection, but make it into something that everybody on the server can take part in. So that idea that I came up with was a mob head museum to store every single mob head possible. Taking you inside of the museum, we have this first room, which has 2 rooms that way, as well as some stairs up into 2 more rooms. I gotta figure out what I want to do for the interior of this room. Basically, this is kind of going to be where the entrance of the museum is. We've got a nice chandelier up there. I still gotta figure out how to light this up more. But if we go into one of these rooms, as you can see, they are not done yet because I'm going to be decorating them in a bit. There are 10 different rooms in this museum, which each room is going to be dedicated to a certain biome or dimension, anything like that. I've basically organized all of the mob heads into different rooms correlating to where you can mostly find them and things like that. But what makes this mob head museum interesting is it's not just going to have all of the mob heads just on display. As you can see, there are a bunch of note blocks in the ground and in the walls, because since you can play the mob head's sound on a note block by putting a mob head on top of the note block, we are going to make this museum functional. All of the mob heads will be on display, but there will be a button that you can press to hear the different sounds that the mob heads make. I've been so excited to build this and get it all ready. I've been collecting a ton of mob heads already, and so as you can see, there are going to be a lot of different mobs in each room. So now all I have to do is decorate the rooms, and so I am going to do that, and then I will give you guys a tour, and we will put the different mob heads in the rooms. And the rooms have all been decorated. So starting off with the first room, this is where all of our cave mobs are going to be. So we have like the cave spider, creeper, all of those in like the normal cave. Then we have this over here for the trial chamber mobs. We have this one for all the axolotls. It's supposed to be like a lush cave. And then we have the deep dark for the warden. So to show you guys what each of the rooms are going to look like with the mob heads in here, as you can see, I've collected a few mob heads. So I will demonstrate with the bat. Basically, right here you can see that this says bat because this is where the bat mob head is going to be. So you just break that. For the first bat head, because as you can see, I need 2 of each. So right behind the bat sign, there is a note block, which we put one of the bat heads on top of it, like that. Then we cover this back up, and then you take your second bat head and put it where the sign is, so it looks like that. And then you can click this button and it makes the bat sound. So that is basically the setup for the mob heads. We also have ones that are on the ground. And so for these, it's kind of the same. You break that, you break the block the sign was on, you place the silverfish head on top of that, and as you can see, there is a redstone dust that goes into the note block. So when you click the button, you can hear the silverfish sound. So then you replace that block and place the silverfish right there. And now it looks like there's a silverfish there. And you can come and be like, hey, it's a silverfish. Let me see what a silverfish sounds like. And you can click the button. So I'm going to go and place all of our mob heads in, and then I will come back and show you all of the mob heads that I have already collected. And now I have gone and put all of the mob heads that I have into their spots. So as you can see here, we have the bat head that we put in together. We've got the spider head over here. I think that's it for in here. There are some that I only had 1 head of, and I think to make things as easy as possible, the first head that is donated goes to the sound. So as you can see right here, we don't have the skeleton head here, but we do have the first one. So you can hear that in there. But that way, once the mob head is placed on here, you can actually hear the sound. That way, if only 1 head is donated, when the mob head is on display and you click the button, you don't just hear the note block, you will actually hear the sound. In here, we have a lot more heads than in there. We've got all of the panda heads in here, which are really cool. You can see like the weak one, you can see the snot that it has, the playful one, you can see that it has its tongue out. We have the brown panda. It's also really cool to see because each of the pandas make a different sound, which I wouldn't have thought that they did. It's like, as you can see, the worried one sounds like that, whereas the aggressive one sounds like that. But then we got like the angry rusty wolf, we have the parrots. There are still some that we have to get in here, but this is a great start. Then in the forest/plains biome area, I do want to get some flowers on the floor. I forgot to do that, but I will add some flowers on the floor. We've got the bee heads, we've got some horse heads, we've got an angry wolf, we've got the cow head. I didn't want to fully go out and try and get all the mob heads because I want this to be a community project and for everyone on the server to help out and fill the rooms up. So I just started it, tried to get the mob heads that were simple to get, such as like the cow head and stuff. Then in the taiga snow area, we don't have many, but we do have an angry snowy wolf, which is really cool because I honestly thought this one was going to be the most difficult one to get, but we did manage to get it. Then we have the snowy wolf, and I think that's it for mob heads like already on display. Then we have the ocean area with, of course, the drowned head. We've got the fish ones, glow squid, and a dolphin head. So now up the stairs into this room, we have the nether room, which I do not have many yet. We do have this wither skeleton skull, which is cool. And we do have one of the wither heads and one of the wither projectile heads. But that's the nether room. Then we have the swamp and mushroom island room. We do not have any heads in here yet. And then we have probably the craziest room because this room has the most amount of mob heads, I think. Either this room or the room below it of the forest plains area room. But as you can see, we have the village side over here with all of the villager heads. I did go and get all of these because I only needed one of these heads because since there are so many, I did not have room to give each one of them a note block. So since they're basically all going to be the same sound, we have all of the villager heads with just one button here, as you can see. Then we have a bunch of the cat heads here. On this side, it is supposed to be kind of like the abandoned village. I do want to get some cobwebs in here, so I might do that eventually. But we have some of the zombie villager heads, and it's the same. There's only one button for all of them. And then I also put the wandering traders and trader llamas on this side. But then it transitions into a pillager outpost. So we have the evoker, angry vex, we have the pillager, vindicator, and the ravager, which is really cool. And then we have the desert over here with a camel head. We've got the Badlands over here with the armadillo. And over here we have the savannah with all of the different mobs. And now the final room, we have the end room, which I basically have all of the heads that we need for this except for one endermite head. We just need one endermite head and then this room will be complete. So we got the shulker, we got the enderman, and we even have the dragon head, which is really cool because when you press this button, as you can see, the dragon's mouth actually moves. But now, the final touch of this room is, as you can see back here, we have this display. And as you can see, the signs on it says, please put egg back if moved. So yes, since I managed to get the dragon egg during the end fight, I really wanted to make sure that the egg got to be put on display. Because during Season 1 and Season 2 of Lotus, the egg was in an ender chest the whole season, or it ended up in one person's base, which I wanted to make sure that did not happen for the third season in a row. Because since there's only one of the dragon egg, you know, this needs to be a community item. So I wanted to make sure that I found a place for the dragon egg where everybody could access it and see it. And so I thought, you know, what better place than a museum? Because, you know, the dragon egg is kind of like something you would see at a museum, so might as well put it on display here. Plus, the spot I picked out for the museum is in the exact center of the Mushroom Island, which the Mushroom Island is also the center of everybody's bases. So, obviously, placing it in the center of everybody's bases is perfect. So with my rant aside, let's go ahead and place the dragon egg in its forever home on display in the museum in the end room. So now the dragon egg is there for everybody to come and see it. get the achievement, and just admire it and see how cool it is, because it is so cool on display. I'm really happy with how this display turned out. I think it is perfect for the egg. With the museum basically finished for the most part, but it is basically done and complete with what I am able to do for now. So let's head home, because we are going to be meeting Luma over there for some kind of base building.
Hello!
Hello!
So, where are we building this thing?
Yes, so I think the best spot I could find is like right over here.
Ooh, this works. This is nice. We got
Yeah.
some nice hills in the background.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, this is exciting. Hello,
Yeah.
doggies.
Oh my God.
Catalyst, Echo Shard, silenced.
Oh yeah, no, this is the best one right here.
Why level negative 51? Aw, Swift Sneak, you're adorable. Just watched you close the door
Yeah.
yourself. Minecraft professionals here.
Exactly.
Okay. I think that's a wrap. I'm gonna sleep on it though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice house. So if you see me pop out of here, apparently I live here now. So
Alright, perfect.
Thanks.
Well,
thanks,
yeah.
landlord.
Yeah. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Whoop. Thanks.
So Luma now has a house at our base. She asked if she could build a house at my base for a little bit of a collab. So we built this house. I really like it. It looks really nice with all of the skulk. It definitely fits our theme. And I'm definitely going to be using some of the blocks in her palette into future builds to make it fit in more, but I went and added a path all the way over to our base just to connect it so it's not all alone over there. Hopefully at some point we will be coming back in here and building some more buildings in here, but for now I think this path definitely works in connecting the area. But now there is something that I noticed a while ago, but I've been waiting for the perfect time for a video to check it out, because basically there's something suspicious at the bottom of our hole. As you can see right there, you can kind of see it. I've heard a few other people have gotten these at their base, and I have avoided all spoilers just to make sure that I was getting my full reaction to this. So a while ago, I accidentally dropped water down here. As you can see, some of the concrete powder turned to concrete. So I'm not really sure if I messed it up or not, but it has my name on it and it looks like TNT. I don't think it blows up because I think I've heard somebody else say that it doesn't blow up, which is good. I feel like I ruined it. I don't know who gave these out, but I'm just gonna break through it. I'm really scared that I actually ruined it. And it'll make me very sad if I did ruin it, because I was so excited to see what this is. But I'll just break the... Sorry about the bed bombs. Well, unfortunately I don't know what that means, because I might have ruined the TNT, but you know. Alright, let's open this chest. Hey, diamonds! I don't really know how to feel about this. Part of me is very confused on what this means. But hey, free diamonds, am I right? Editing Squid here to say that, while editing this video, I have figured out what this bed bomb thing was. If you remember a few episodes back, we went and fought the Ender Dragon, and things got a bit out of hand, leading to things like this happening. So I believe that one of the bed bombers from the end gave us this gift, and that is the mystery of the TNT box solved. Anyways, back to the video. And now that we have finished the museum and taking a look at all of the crazy things around our base, I think this is the perfect place to end this episode of the Lotus SMP. Oh, right. We now have a big allium on the top of our nether portal. Big thanks to Chespy for that. Yeah, I can't believe I totally forgot about the big allium on top of my nether portal. I've been so excited to show you guys. With all of that taken care of now, this is the perfect place to end this episode of the Lotus SMP. I hope you guys did enjoy. Super excited that we got to build the museum today and get it started. I can't wait to see all of the mob heads start to appear in the museum. It's gonna be super cool and a fun little community project. If you did enjoy this episode and you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing down below and joining us on our adventures. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!